subjective, but anyway, um, I have a topic as well that we can talk about. It related to movies and like watching
I
things.
see, I see.
But yeah, as everyone knows, we are always very topical with our conversations. Sharing with you the world news and everything. So I recently like yesterday, I watched Adam Project.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I've been wanting to watch the women. How is it?
so it is actually quite nice. But that just got me. Okay, well, we'll talk about. Okay, no, let's talk about the movie first. I quite enjoyed it. It had an interesting play on the whole time. What's his name? Uh,
Seems like someone is texting you now. You lost your mind, man.
yeah, I have because someone is not very smart.
Nah,
Um, that's 23 minutes and 41 seconds. That's
fam.
that's what it
That doesn't
means.
look like that, fam. That looks like 11:41.
It's exactly okay.
That
What
looks
does that have to do with the time that is now that we're recording? And
I
anyway,
thought you
guys,
retarded, fam. Like 11:41.
yeah,
Uh,
because of course it's 11:41 now. And anyway, um, they had an interesting play on the whole time travel thing, and I really liked the use of electromagnets that they had. Well, obviously, I won't spawn.
just say spoilers and
Spoiler.
then you can go on, fam.
No, but that's not how life works.
Just say spoiler.
I want. Okay, but no, that's not the topic that I wanted us to get to.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
was just wondering if you were to move back in time. Everyone moved back in time with you, like a time turned back
Yeah.
to some time. I don't know. Like, so let's say now you move 10 years back or whatever, and you do remember everything quite decently. Like usually, like world occurrences that you are interested in, because
Oh,
obviously you can't remember
okay, yes.
everything that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And using the logic of like what most movies use, where like if you alter something in the past, it will change the whole future, the whole butterfly effect of like
Yeah.
and snowball effect of everything colliding into each other, moving out further out of way the way that you saw it first. What would your approach be?
Okay, so first of all,
Would you
like,
try?
yeah,
Sorry.
go on. Just finish your question.
Okay. Would you try to alter the future, or would you like rather stay, try to redo everything like you did in the first time and maybe change like some small minor detail here and there? Like, what would you do?
Okay, so first of all, you said we're keeping our memory, right? Like, of course, like,
Yeah,
I won't remember everything, but I remember some major events like, fucking COVID hit. And,
yeah.
this. So I
You'll
remember stuff like that.
know something like crypto being the most popular thing and making
Okay, then my
millions
second
of it.
question is am I the only one going back or is everyone going back?
Well, everyone's going back here. You're just the only one with knowledge of you going back,
Oh,
or
okay,
with
yeah,
time being
fam.
turned
I'm
back.
changing so much shit. I am first of all, I'm gonna invest like a lot of money in Apple, Bitcrypto, Facebook, all these other
All
big
the major companies.
Tesla, Google. I'm making sure
Hmm.
I'm gonna be so rich that I will never lift a finger, fam. And then
And
I don't know, but that's the thing, if I know that that's gonna happen. That's the thing, like, am I gonna really study hard then? Because my parents won't know. Like they will just think I'm just retarded now. Like,
yeah,
so like,
it's
why
just
am
a
I not studying now?
disappointment.
Like, why am I failing everything? Like, but they will. I'm like, I no, don't worry, don't worry. This digital currency it's gonna make me rich.
This company that just got funded or just got founded 2 months ago in this random guy's garage. Believe me, fam, it will take over the whole world. You know.
Like, everybody will be using an iPhone and Samsung and all of this shit. Don't worry. I was like, okay, because
Trust in me. Give me your life savings up until now. I'll invest it so that we don't have to worry about the future. You know.
no thing is, like, crypto was free in the beginning, fam.
Yeah, but
Bitcoin
like,
was free, but of course I understand. But I still
when
need
is the
money.
beginning then? When is that?
2000, 2013, 2012, 2013, it was free. They were giving it for free.
Okay, well, that's not too long ago. Okay.
That's 8 years ago. 8 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Fam,
No.
2012 was the world was supposed to end. So but I would change that. I think that's the thing. Like, I'm wondering. Um, of course, like, okay, I know also that I'm really interested in movies and stuff. Ooh, But that would actually spoil everything. Okay, the thing is that would actually spoil everything for me. Oh wait, no, actually I wouldn't like. I think I'll have a better appreciation of things, cause then I'll. Oh, how could I was.
Finish one thought, damn it.
No, no, no. Is this the continuation? I was about to say like
Yeah.
I'll have appreciation of movies. Then I'm like, oh shit, I can actually take the ideas and make it myself.
Make your movies.
Like wait, when did Shawshank Redemption come out?
Wait, did you ask them? Sorry, what?
Wow. I said, when did Shawshank Redemption come out? It didn't come out 10 years ago. It came out like 20 in the 90s, right?
No, I don't know. I can quickly search it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I want to know what big movies came out like in the last 10 years. Oh, anime like took a massive turn in the last 10 years. So I know that.
1994.
Oh, yeah, we're not going. So, yeah, so I'm not going to be able to make. I'll make Spider Man No Way Home. Oh, I'll make Avatar. I think Avatar also came out before the 10 years.
Yeah, wasn't that's 2001? I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
my god, from all this billion.
Avatar.
Avengers, yeah, I know. I'll bring up the Avengers thing, fam. Let's make Avengers, then I'll make a lot of money, fam. I'll make a lot of money. That's what I know.
But like the whole idea with it is like if you change something like investing and then giving them more funding, that would change the future,
Oh
obviously.
yeah, yeah, of course. Like like if I steal, let's say if I stole what this like a classroom of the elite, whoever wrote that, and then I took it, and that person who actually wrote it now might become like a hobo. So
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like they might become someone like Hitler after their art got like rejected or whatever. Now all of a sudden, because then if they still have the same idea, but you just do it like a month ahead of them, like if they still make Classroom of the Elite, they start the light novel and
yeah,
the manga and everything, and you just use it before, they'll get like copyright, like not copyrights, like but like plagiarism,
yeah,
and so they can get you can like sue them basically
yeah.
for stealing your work, copying it into whatever. So you might just like end up making the next Hitler, and then there's a radical change in the future.
You see that's the thing, But I highly doubt from like like I don't think I know that many things I can change. That's the only thing like investing, and I don't think that's gonna hurt anyone else, but that's not gonna hurt anyone. Uh, it might be that I have more shares of a company, I might have this, I might have that. I'll be in the news more because I'll be so mega rich, at a young
It
age.
But it might still change it in some way. Like, let's say you do invest more. Like let's say it's a not a what's it not a measurable amount. What do you call it? Well, it's a big amount that you invest more into a company. Like let's say Facebook, for example.
Yeah.
And instead of the usual shares, which would have been like let's say 100 Rand each for
Hmm.
like 10% or whatever, so now you invest a lot more money into it and they have a lot more money to start, then more people would most likely be interested in it at the start because there's more funding going around and more progress or whatever. So that can change the popularity spike that it has. And maybe because it has an earlier spike, and like when games, when it's released too early, the game sometimes flops
Hmm.
most of the times. So like what if you do that, you invest more money into something, they become more popular, and then because don't have their foundations good enough or like vested good enough or whatever, they just end
Ooh.
up crashing.
You
So
see,
then you invested more because this should have been a product of the future, but it ended up failing.
see when
Never
you
got
see
to reach
yeah,
it.
when you say that, right? Now I'm thinking like because you all know Mark Zuckerberg took it from to whoever I think his co-founder, like he backstabbed his co-founder and took it from him, or that's how the Facebook story goes. Now I'm wondering like if I did invest, like will actually like Mark Zuckerberg will be able to take it from the guy, so like it
Mm.
might not become as big as the thing, because no, actually now, because I know it's gonna become Meta, like the company changes into Meta now. So like now I'm like wondering like if Mark Zuckerberg is like I invest like you said, and it changes Mark Zuckerberg because Mark Zuckerberg cannot take over, and now it just becomes what do you call, now the other guy owns it, and now it doesn't turn into Meta, like it never
Mm.
reaches its full potential. I see what you mean, but I highly doubt Facebook is just like one of the things. Like maybe like more competition would stand out because Mark Zuckerberg really crushed all the competition afterwards. Like MySpace and all that crap died out. Like I also need so I also need to like MySpace was massive. I need to know when to invest in MySpace and then when to pull out of MySpace.
Yeah, but you see, you only have the knowledge that you have now, so you don't know exactly when crypto market or when was the opportune moment to invest and pull
Oh,
out stocks.
I know for crypto, I know. For crypto, I know. For like like when things went bankrupt and stuff, that's what I don't know. Also, like investing in Netflix before, like I see like because I don't you don't know the day. I think it's like Netflix came about in 2013. That's when then it boomed. Then it, of course it had a bloom afterwards. And but for like now, I see. But like from my perspective, like you're asking me like I'm like if you ask like someone in the military and then they're like, I would stop this, I would do this, but I don't know if I'm like, we live in a future where it's not really like things are not like that big of a deal anymore.
Mm.
Like not that major events are happening. Like it's not even like it's not like like you said only 10 years back, even 20 years. But if I went 20 years back, I still can't change what. Even if I like felt bad for 9/11, like oh well, I can go change 9/11, but I'm only going 20 years back, which is still past 9/11 already happened. I was thinking I actually want to know, like, maybe I should go on the plane of, the planes that disappeared. But also,
Yeah.
I don't want to disappear. So, I'm like, oh. So,
You just give. Oh yeah, but you see, that's the whole thing. Because in Adam Project, they also had a small segment for that. Okay, well, obviously the whole movie is that they're trying not to mess up time further, but in one of those instances, so it's a slight spoiler, but
yeah,
I think it's quite essential.
it's necessary, yeah.
The, yeah, where Ryan Reynolds talks to whoever the child is that plays the younger him.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You've watched the trailer, right?
Yeah, watch the trailer, yeah, I know.
Yeah, so you know that he sees his younger self.
Yeah, he goes back in time and sees his younger self, yeah.
Yeah. So at a time the child his younger self is getting bullied, and he asks for Ryan Reynolds to help him, but he says no, you should get yourself like fucked up by these guys. You should get bullied and punched because that's part of the character building. So that's such a small instance of like changing the future and where they say, oh no, this would have changed the whole like future of that child because like if he got saved from all the bullying he would have never tried to like change himself and in this instance like become stronger
Yeah.
as a character.
you
So
know,
all of the smallest changes that you make can have such big effects on the future. So like what small things would you do? Because if you say no, this Malaysian flight is going to fall into the water or whatever, then people are first going to think you're weird and you'll probably get followed home and be like, who is this guy and why is he a terrorist?
no,
Like really bad at threatening airplanes. Or what are you gonna just tell them like, oh no, are you sure that your black box is working? You know?
but no, like and I understand that. But like I said, like when as soon as you brought up the topic, I'm like, I'm gonna invest in crypto and all this stuff, and then I'm like, but do I really need to study that? So I'll be a dumbass then, because I most of people forgot everything. Like like fam, and of course I know basic stuff like basic medicine and stuff, but I highly doubt if I don't study well, I won't go to university. Then, oh, of course I wouldn't even meet you. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
about that, because we didn't really meet because of university. We met because of just playing games. Oh, but if I'm so rich, I might not even be like, "Oh, I'm not
yeah,
interested in Brawl Stars because
you would not want to play games with me, like, because like you would probably have a really expensive gaming PC and
yeah, by
everything.
that time, yeah, like so
Yeah,
like
so
all
you'll
the
be like, who's this peasant and why does he only have like 30 frames? Huh? Don't want to talk to
not
him.
even 30 10 frames, man. So I would have met,
Wow.
I wouldn't have met all the friends I have, like all this and this. Uh, I think life would have just been super different. Like, I don't know, maybe my parents, if I was super rich and then my parents would have just left their jobs. I guess I wouldn't have lived in South Africa anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't have been in South Africa anymore. I wouldn't have met some people in my life, those be other people.
So yeah, that's the whole thing. Because I also thought, because obviously I also thought about this, and I thought like, okay, if I do go back, I would try and invest in like some small things, like the same as what you would invest in shares or, just like give advice. Like let's say you go to your father and be like, okay, why don't you just buy a house and then rent the house out
Oh,
or like
yeah.
because real estate, you can get a lot of money if you have the houses to sell or whatever.
Yeah, like,
Like
see,
it's a very lucrative
business,
business.
yeah.
Whatever. Um, so like you would say such small things as you would try and not to affect too much. or otherwise small things like just try and ignore some people in my life, I guess.
Yeah, okay, I see.
People that you meet in school, but that also again has an effect on who you are today. Like, let's say you didn't go out with that one girl you did in grade 4. I don't know if you did, but that's just the random. If you didn't go out with her and she didn't break your heart, maybe you wouldn't have gone through your emo phase. I'm not saying you did. I'm just
I
making
know,
life.
went through emo phase. I see you went through an emo
Yeah, I
phase.
know you wouldn't have, but
You went through an emo phase. I see.
no, I didn't.
Goat emo phase. That's the name
My
of
emo
this.
phase is still coming. I have to actually be in a relationship to have my heart broken.
I remember you had a girlfriend who was sleeping with some other guy. I remember.
True,
She
true.
came to your house and then told you, let's break up and then
It was actually worse than that. I went to her house and she broke up with me, fam. What you mean?
no, you said she came to your house, fam. I don't know. Oh, yeah,
No, I
you
think
went to
you're
her
way on
house.
the wrong story now.
No, I think, yeah, because I couldn't remember, like, because I know that, like, your parents couldn't come pick you up, or like, her parents couldn't, Thomas' parents couldn't come pick them up, so you guys just watched the movie together or something. Right, okay.
Yeah, it happened at the start of the day, and we had the whole day planned of like staying at home and watching movies and like eating and everything. And my parents couldn't come pick me up, so my grandparents had to come pick me up. But yeah, that's not what we're talking about here. I'm saying that I would do small things like that, or I would just try and spend more time with like my dogs that I don't have anymore. I would try and spend more time with them. Like cliche answer, I guess, but I just try and appreciate the time that you have, because like I'm someone
Oh,
that
wait,
has
no.
never wanted.
No, okay, I understand. No, this is a very, very touching story, all that stuff. But I was just wondering, like, I know, like, I watched the trailer, I watched the movie, but I know that in Adam's project, he goes back in time, right? Wait, so
Mhm.
we're not following Adam project like fully, right? Because I know his adult self goes back in the past, and then he can communicate with his younger self. I know that. Am I going
Yeah.
back as my like present self and going to go talk to my younger self?
No, you're going back. You just remember everything
Ah, okay, okay, yeah,
that you know. You go in your body of like the 10-year-old or whatever, how old you would be
yeah, okay, yeah.
in that body. You're just going on with your life.
Yeah, but I understand. Yeah, yeah. But you can carry on with with your dogs. Like, very, very
Uh,
sad. You spend
oh
more
no,
time with
what I
them.
wanted to say is I'm someone that has never wanted to grow up. Like I don't know if you were one of those people in like school or whatever. You were always saying, "I wish I was a teenager. I wish I was 18 that you can like drink or okay, well, not drink."
I was
But
like that. Like, I was like that. No, I don't want to like go, like, okay, I wanted to go to university. That's what I wanted to do. I don't want to like to work and stuff.
or
I wanted
be
to go to
older that
university.
you
Yeah.
have more freedom.
Yeah.
You
That's what
can
I
be
wanted.
like
Yeah.
your own person, live in your own house.
Yeah, that's what I
I
wanted.
never wanted that. I I I just knew from a young age that it's gonna be shit because like you have to think about your own finances.
Yeah.
And I don't come from a very rich like household or everything. So I don't have the luxury of saying like, oh no, when I get out when I'm old enough, I'll just move out of the house and they'll support me. I don't have to get a job immediately. So I'll most probably have to get a job, get to
Immediately.
have
Yeah.
money to get or to live in another place and buy food and whatever. So that's just a lot of things to think about, and I never wanted it.
No, I understand. I understand. No, I also never wanted that. Like having now. I wanted to like just go to university because I like I had a plan like okay, when I go to university, I want to meet some people. I want to join a drama club, and to make movies like that. That's what I wanted to do. But of course, plans don't come through because no one wants to commit to anything, and everybody's just useless and motherfucker. But anyway, that's that. Like, but I understand.
Yes,
How like if I went back to the future, like, but I also wonder,
back to the past.
back to the past, like, will your parents actually like, why don't you just buy a house in Santon? Yeah, let me go quickly buy a house in Santon. No, let me just quickly put my money in this Facebook that you call Facebook and Apple, in this phone company, all my hard-earned
Oh,
money, and because I'm
oh,
struggling, because a
I would
13-year
really
old,
struggle.
that a 10-year-old
Uh,
told me, I should invest in this.
uh,
You
no, I
know,
don't know. I don't think that would have worked. Like, it would be nice if you could tell, but what I said is like, if you can hint at them, like, talk about it more,
I'll be
because
like,
because
yo, my friend made my friend's parents became millionaires after spending money and this thing. Like, ah,
That
okay, see.
just sounds like the start of a pyramid scheme. I know this guy that did this and he got money, so you should do it as well.
Ah,
Nah,
damn. I see. So that's the, you know,
yeah, we can end this if you want
yeah.
to. Yeah, have anything else to talk